Hey guys, this is the Lovin Dubai show. It's Wednesday morning and we spoke about perks for VIP residents in Dubai. The person who handed back 17,000 dirham cash that they found. No, that's not accurate. Hey guys, it's Wednesday morning on the Lovin Dubai show. We spoke about perks for residents, the delivery courier who returned 17,000 dirham in cash, and why you need to be aware of what this animal rescue shelter is doing.
And if you have missed the show, don't forget to subscribe to the Lovin Dubai Show podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, and enjoy.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Are you a law-abiding citizen? If so, Dubai is going to reward some of you with some VIP perks.
As well, Dubai launches AIRBNB for warehouses.
We're talking about the delivery driver who returned 17K to a customer who got confused only in Dubai.
And as well, a UAE animal shelter raises awareness to reduce pet abandonment.
Also, later on in the show, we're so excited to welcome Leana Deeb. She's going to talk all things habit building, holistic fitness, and busting popular fitness myths ahead of her appearance at Dubai Active this weekend.
And in today's rapid weather report, highs of 37 degrees, humidity is at 66%, and rain in other parts of the country. Welcome winter, hopefully.
Welcome winter. My binoculars are out looking for it in Dubai, that's for sure. A question that's going viral across the internet is this announcement that was made in a New Zealand airport. And they said they're going to give maximum 3 minutes for hugs in the departures. And they said for fonder farewells, you need to go and park. So you know when you park up in your car, they're only giving you 3 minutes to say goodbye. Or you're out.
It's like, oh yeah, you're done, leave. I mean, look, I do understand where the rule is coming from, because you know, when people are giving a lot of hugs and it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss you and all of these things, and it takes like really for a long time, it's creating a lot of traffic.
That's the problem, I guess. Yeah,
there's
a backlog of people in cars.
Literally, exactly. So however, what if like someone wants to say goodbye to more than one person? It's like a family of like, let's say 4 or 5.
You go to the car park.
They can. They can park their cars for sure, but like, I don't know. I feel like having that rule, because it's sometimes when you are dropping your family or your loved ones at the airport, you're kind of like in like chaotic situation, in a chaotic mood. You're like, oh yeah, you know what? Get your bag, get your this, get your that. Did you forget your passport?
Passports, keys,
passports. And
cash,
it's like, oh yeah,
go,
and don't forget,
run.
you know what I mean? Like that kind of like chaos that happens. So of course, because of that, I feel like the 3-minute rule might be too absurd.
I like it. I like the friendly, casual communication around it. It's like your hug time is maximum 3 minutes, and if you want to do a fonder farewell, so if you hug for longer than 3 minutes, you need to go to the car park. Who hugs for longer than 3 minutes? I'm not a hugger, by the way. You know, they say to get that like really to get the serotonin or something, or like the positive vibes from a hug, you've got to hug for 10 seconds.
What?
I would never.
What? Okay, well, I'll tell you something.
I'm like a pat on the shoulder.
You're like, you're good to go. I mean,
see you in 3 years.
Bye. See you later. I mean, I am like you. I'm not like the kind of a person who's very like emotional or shows her emotions. So like, I don't know, like when someone
except for you're in traffic.
Oh yeah. yeah. When I am in traffic, I become like very like emotional, angry, and frustrated, and all kinds of like negative emotions come through. But that's fine. However, of course, I'm not a hugger.
Okay,
either.
So we're fine with the 3-minute log.
I'm fine, but my mom wouldn't be fine. My mom would be like, oh, I'm gonna miss the person. She starts crying in front. I'm like, Mom, you're embarrassing me. Stop it.
Oh, we love moms.
Yeah,
moms' emotions are the best. Moms can do whatever they want. Praise the moms. Let's jump into our top story today. Dubai rewards law-abiding citizens with VIP perks. Yes, more VIP perks to come to the people of Dubai. Announced by the GDRFA, they are honouring individuals for their commitment to following Dubai's residency laws, which helps keep the city safe for all of us. So as part of this new initiative, the recognition, they have announced special privileges for people who have not committed any residency violations in the last 10 years?
Well, it is called Ideal Face, and it recognizes those who embody the ideal face of Dubai through their dedication of adhering to residency regulations. Now, to qualify, you must have lived in the UAE for at least 10 years, sponsored one or more individuals, or even have adhered to residency laws and have no records residency violations in the current year.
So basically, teacher's pet, you've done nothing wrong and you've lived here for 10 years. Now, the special privileges include priority call service when contacting the AMR call centre. You'll also get a dedicated service queue to expedite your turn at the AMR centres, and you'll get an Ideal Face digital appreciation card, along with services for senior citizens at their residences through a mobile service vehicle.
Well, there you go. We do have like recognition for residents. We do, because like, you know, a lot of people sometimes they go like, oh yeah, you know what, only locals get the recognition. Like, we do.
So true. This is for all. You just have to have lived here for 10 years and make sure that you're sponsoring someone and that you've all maintained above board. And this is kind of in line with the news about the residency status, like people who weren't in line had to go, and you've got 10 days left, by the way. If you know anyone who is violating residency, you've got 10 days to go and get yourself above board. We love Dubai for their constant innovation, which actually leads us into our next story.
Well, Dubai launches AIRBNB for warehouse. Dubai Customs is going to set up a new digital platform that gives warehouse owners in the UAE the ability to list their properties for leasing.
I wonder how many warehouse owners there are in Dubai. So it's a new tech solution, and it will provide users with various warehouse and storage space options. It will allow you to filter based on size, location type, and duration of time that you want the warehouse for.
As well, there is an increasing demand in storage spaces in Dubai, which has caused rent prices to increase. Now, this project will simplify the property listing process. I think that it is a very great initiative. The fact that they are actually having like Airbnbs is like, you know, for warehouses.
Yeah, for me, I'm not looking for a warehouse, so it's not really a cause for concern. When the day comes, this will make it helpful. But I do love aggregators. So I heard something on the radio a while ago. Someone has decided to make an app in Dubai to do an aggregator for fitness meal plans. And I was like, genius. Because every year I'll take a notion and I'll be like, I'm going to do a fitness meal plan. And I'll spend 3 days going through all the prices, trying to see the meals, and whether or not I actually haven't done one. But aggregators for those types of things, although there's a bit of an extra charge, it actually makes a lot of sense. Like Fresha for beauty, I don't know if you use that, but like it's got all of the salons and everything in one place, so it makes it easier as a customer. And it's just someone fixing a problem for me, but it makes me be able to find salons quicker.
I actually do agree with you. Like, I haven't used Fresher. I haven't used those like aggregators. However, no, I do agree with you that they for sure make everyone's lives easier, because if I had one, I am very indecisive and I don't know what do I want. I don't know what to choose. I'm very like, should I do this? Should I do that? And I'm very kind of like annoying with that. But I really can be, by the way. And I will be going, like I will have one in my mind, but I will be going around asking everyone, what should I choose?
For lunch?
For everything. For everything. And then because I would want them to say what I want. But then if they don't say what I want, I'd be...
How do you live your life? Nothing would get done.
A lot of stress.
That's why I eat we're so off. I'm like, I pick the same thing every day, so I don't have that time.
To think and...
No, not at all. I could never ask other people's, because then my life would be too confusing. Now, moving on from warehouses to couriers, we always talk about the amazing stories of people, maybe taxi drivers, where they found like wads of cash. But this story in particular is getting a huge amount of attention for the delivery driver who returned 17K to a customer who got confused. So the customer thought they had paid 17,000 and some plus a tip for their scooter that they bought on Noon. However, a slip-up led him to handing over 17,000 in cash instead. I don't even know how that would have happened. So therefore, paying 15K over the odds without realizing it.
Well, and it was the courier Muhammad Mohsen Nazir from Pakistan who reached out to the customer, informing him of the mistake. Now, his words, "Don't worry, I'll return it to you. And he kept his promise, safely returning the entire amount to the grateful customer. Which, by the way, I love this because, like, when you do such a mistake, you kind of like freak out.
He didn't even know. He didn't know. The guy, the delivery driver got back to him and was like,
"You made a mistake," and
the guy was like, "How much extra did I give you?"
I mean, that's how you know that the drivers and the people who work in Kareem, Noon, Talabat, and the list goes on and on, are actually, as we say in Arabic, a word called aminin, which means that they are very genuine. They don't take the money for them. They don't care about the money. They know that, you know what, they're gonna get the salary, and if someone gives them like that much money, they are very, I would say, they're gonna give it back, and they're just like, as we say, aminin. I think I don't know if there's like what does aminin means in English, but yeah,
watching. But neither do I. But I do agree with the concept. Like, it's so, like, if you're just tuning into the show for the first time, this isn't the first time that we've told these types of stories. It's so common to lose your laptop. Like, we joke about like leaving your purse in places, but like to generally lose things, like leaving your laptop in a taxi and getting it back. I've left my phone in multiple places. I've got it back. Like, people give your stuff back. That doesn't happen in other cities.
And mind you, by the way, he could have taken the money. He could have used the money. He could have been like, you know, oh wow, I have that much money. No one's gonna notice. No one's gonna know. You know, he could have been like, you know what, I'll take the money, wait for a couple of days, see if the person who paid figured that out or not, and then take the money for himself, and then maybe blame it on the guy who paid.
Good guy, you know? There. If anyone from Noon is watching, first of all, apologies. I've put up a competitor delivery on our LED screen. But if anyone from Noon is watching, get this guy a raise or something for recognition, because what an amazing, extraordinary act. Let's jump into our next story. Tickets for Arabian Warriors are available now. Get them while you can. So almost here, Arabian Warrior is kicking off on October 26th in Dubai. We'll host the very first Arabian Warrior event. This is, you can see behind me, a one-of-a-kind obstacle race inspired by the rich traditions of Arabian culture. So whether you're up for it, become up for it, 5K, 10K, 15, 20 or 50K, there is a course for every level of warrior, and there's even a 1.6K fun run for the kids.
And if you think you've got what it takes, I mean, you can test yourself in the competitive heats and battle for epic prizes. Plus, after the race, kick back in the fan village where you can refuel and relax with great food, drinks, and entertainment.
That clock is ticking. Head to ARBNwarrior.me to get your tickets today. Do not miss the chance to take part in this epic launch event. We're super excited for this one, and the weather is just going to be beautiful. Jumping into our next story. Another sad story on the rescue shelter front.
Well, Casey, a UAE animal shelter raised awareness to reduce pet abandonment. So an animal shelter in the UAE shared a story where they received a dog that had obvious signs of neglect. On October 18, the Mustafa Dog Project based in Abu Dhabi shared the story of Truffles, a dog that was abandoned by its family. And now, what do you do when you are surrounded a pet from a family in the States?
So this is actually Truffles behind me, and this isn't. I feel like we tell these types of stories so often and it keeps happening. So this dog, Truffles, was with the family for a year, and how the shelter told the story was that Truffles was purchased as a toy for the children in the house, and that was it. The parents didn't want to do much with her, and she was left just as entertainment for the children. So she was surrendered, and her fur was so matted that they had to shave her immediately. She was barely able to see because of the overgrown fur covering her eyes. So basically, no care for the welfare of the animal while she was under the family's care. Luckily, the shelter stepped in.
Well, if anybody would like to sponsor her grooming, we would be very thankful for the same. In spite of all, she is so playful, Lovin, and she is a little over a year old, bouncing about here and there, and of course a little bit shy. She needs a foster home once all groomed and have checked. She is fully vaccinated and microchipped and healthy. And I want to say something that my heart breaks the moment that you read and you said that the family got Truffles as a toy. As entertainment. She's not it's a soul. You know what I mean? And like, sometimes it's very frustrating because it pisses me off. Every time we talk about these stories, it's like the same thing. We talk about the same thing, just like different fonts.
So true.
You know?
Yeah, it's just too common. What I would do if you'd like to know more about the story is get in touch with animal shelters in the UAE. There's so many ways to help. I actually saw another story of another shelter, and I think we'll share it today, Canine Friends. Like they're coming into some funding issues. So there's so many ways that you can help these shelters and help these animals. And I think the main thing is adopt, don't shop. And then secondly, if you adopt with the idea that this is going to be your family for life, rather than a year. 8:45 on a Wednesday morning. We're so excited to welcome our next guest. Leana Deeb is in town for Dubai Active, but we're going to talk to her about healthy habit building, holistic fitness, and also busting popular fitness myths. So if you have a question for her, get them in on the show. She's going to be joining us after this short break. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Leana Deeb. With over 5 million followers, Leana is one of the most influential fitness content creators out there. She is a passionate advocate for holistic fitness and mental health. She is the founder of Uplift You, and she's in downtown for Dubai Active, which is happening on October 25th to 27th at Expo City. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Early morning, you've just touched into town. Welcome to Dubai.
Well, thank you actually for being here, because I have a lot of questions for you. We actually have a lot of questions for you. My first one is, what is holistic fitness and how can it help you, I would say, build a sustainable, healthy lifestyle that can last lifelong?
I think when it comes to healthy habits, being able to wake up and do them every single day or train every other day, it not only helps your physical health, but it also helps your mental health, and it helps you create more mental strength so you can apply that into your life as well. And I think that's the same with any kind of habits. It's really structuring your life by having those routines to consistently push you every single day to keep going.
I'm seeing lots of habit building suggestions online, and it's great advice, but sometimes when I read them, I don't know if I'm implementing them, and I may want faster results. So what advice would you give to people, watching today? They think they're, implementing these habits, but they also want results tomorrow.
I think anyone that wants a quick fix or results right away, you have to understand that good things take time. You have to trust the process, because it's an up and down journey, and you have to fall in love with taking care of yourself overall instead of constantly looking for that quick result, whether that's for a physical aspect. Think about it more in a mental way of how is this going to benefit me overall in my life. So falling in love with the journey and understanding that good things will take time.
When did you fall in love with your fitness journey?
I always played football when I was younger, but I started training consistently in the gym around 2020, and the gym became my outlet. It was my way to just take me away from any problem in life, I guess I could say.
Speaking of that, we all the time hear about the correlation between fitness and mental health. If someone's depressed, go work out. If someone's not feeling okay, they tend to work out, and that's the advice that we hear all the time. But what's the correlation between mental health and fitness?
I think not only is the gym going to help you build more mental strength, I think there's an increase of dopamine whenever you train. Whenever you go, I always train till failure. So going for that last rep, do you guys know what that is? Training till failure.
No.
It's kind of like, the very last rep, or whenever you're running, for example, and it's like when your body starts to give out, but your mind still pushes and you still keep going. I think that will give you an increase in dopamine, which helps your mental health overall, which helps with anxiety and mental clarity. And I think when you think about the gym in that way, it becomes your outlet instead of I'm just going because I want to lose weight or I want to gain weight. And so mental health and fitness, it plays hand in hand because it does so much for your mind as well as your body.
Interesting, we go to the gym to improve our physical fitness. What about tips for, I guess, improving our mental fitness? Do you have anything that you kind of live by day to day, any mantras, any type of journaling that you do that you could suggest to our followers to help build our mental strength?
Yeah, of course, fitness is one of the things that I do for my mental health, but I would say also prayer and journaling. And if you're not big into prayer, meditation, something where you can just have that step away from the world to be able to be at peace with your thoughts. And for me, it's prayer. And then also journaling was a way that I am able to communicate with myself in a positive way. I think a lot of us struggle with negative thoughts or overthinking or dealing with uncertainty. And so being able to write down what you're going through on paper and then kind of reaffirm yourself that things are actually going to be okay in my life and I'm going to get through this rough period. And so having that by prayer and journaling is something that works really well for me, and I think it will work well for a lot of people.
Well, you know, it's all the time, like, I feel like it's very easy to say, like, if you have mental health issues, go to the gym. But how can someone who is struggling with anxiety actually go and work out and lead to, or go to that as like a fix?
Yeah. I think the gym can be a scary place. So people that struggle with anxiety, you might even get more anxiety from being in the gym because we fear judgment or looking dumb in the gym, you know, if we're not doing an exercise properly. I think the first thing is if you are struggling with anxiety overall and you want to go to the gym, but you're anxious to go to the gym, remember that even if anyone judges you, it doesn't matter. You have to we all have to be a beginner at some point in our life and start off by just getting comfortable with the space. If you find a gym that you like and just go in there and just start stretching, for example, get comfortable or do a quick 30-minute workout, something that is going to have you in and out of the gym. And then once you continue to keep going, you will feel like the gym will be your home. But all of us have to go through that period where we fear judgment, we fear the anxious thoughts, but I promise it doesn't last long. After a week, I promise you will be like, this is my home. In a way.
And once you're there, you're not really noticing the people around you, but some people might be. And I think when you get to the gym and if you are anxious and you're, you know, getting used to a new space, sometimes you're comparing yourself with people around you. So you see the people who know how to use the equipment and you're thinking, how can I ever get to that? So I just wonder, do you have advice on that in terms of the comparison game that we play with ourselves? How could we not fall into that trap?
I think comparison is definitely a thing that we all probably struggle with in many ways. I think you have to love your own journey and understand that we're all at different phases of our lives, and comparison is going to take away any kind of joy. And I think that for me, when I see someone that's struggling in the gym, for example, I see it as a positive way of like that person is so strong for putting themselves out there. So I think that you should appreciate that moment of your life that you are going through a new stage and you can look back and think, wow, I overcame this and I'm so much stronger. So instead of comparing, think about it as more inspiring to see where you can get to, because that person that you see in the gym that was, you know, doing amazing things like a strong deadlift or a squat, they probably felt the same way and we were all in the same shoes at one point of our life.
You know what I think about when we're talking about entering the gym for the first time, and when you're in a class and they always say, who's new in this class? And that person always puts their hands up, and I might be new to a class and that person might be me. And then you know that they're always struggling because they're new to the class. I wonder if we should have would you like to be reached out to? You know, would you like the class to like give you a little pat on the back, or if anyone watching, if you're new to the gym, do you want that, or do you want complete anonymity and anonymousness?
Yeah.
Really? You don't? So you don't like the pat on the back?
I mean, because like I feel like because like at the first time I'd gone to Pilates and they were like, oh yeah, who's new? And I was like, me. And it's like, I feel like whenever like the instructors like, you know, she would come and fix my posture and everyone would look and I'd be like, stop looking, you guys, like I'm trying.
Maybe, I guess it is, right? We all have different opinions of it. I think maybe like a fist pump, or maybe not in the moment. Maybe it's pulling someone to the side after and be like, if you would have done it like this instead of this, not maybe in that moment and putting all the attention on you. I guess a Pilates class is a bit different than maybe a gym because everybody looks. But I think even me, for example, sometimes I still feel like an outsider in the gym, even though I've been training for so long. But if someone just gives me a fist pump or is like, you know, you're working so hard, I feel like, thank you.
Nice.
That means it's so nice. Yeah,
I agree. Or even if someone comes up at the end and says, "Was that your first class? Like, I've been coming for a while." Like, I think that's really nice. Not during the class because then I just need my space. But after the class, I think it's a nice thing to build community.
Yeah, I agree with what you just said. The way that if they come after class and they go like, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm like."
So after Pilates, go to Farah. I mean, I'm friends with all of them now. But, you know, like the first class, I was kind of like, oh my God, am I doing it right? Am I not? And then the instructor would come and she would like fix my posture and everything. And I'd be like, ugh. And then everyone would look at me like, and some of them would even be like, oh, try. And I would look at them like, stop. Like, I know what I'm doing. Stop that. Yeah.
Which can be kind of like, I would say like bothering. You know what I mean? Because like we're all here for like one goal and we're all trying to like learn. And I understand that's like it's all coming out of like good intentions, you know, I know that, but like you kind of like start judging more and more yourself.
I think in those moments you have to also ignore the judgment, right? Even me, I still get looked at many ways, and I think I accept that people will judge me in my journey, but even if, you know, someone comes and fixes your posture, it's better than like maybe like having an injury, for example, right? Like you want that, but it is, you know, the environment around us, but we have to be just, you know, not fear the judgment and ignore it.
It's interesting that you say, you know, as an inspiration to so many people in the fitness industry, with so many followers, you've created a brand, Uplift You, and you still feel a little bit of outsiderness in the gym. Is that common? Like, where do you think that comes from?
I think it comes from probably wearing the hijab now. In the US, it's a bit different. It's not as common, maybe. Is it common here a lot? Do you see, a lot of women?
Common. And we have ladies-only gyms as well.
Right.
But
in mixed gyms, do you see it as much?
Actually, in mixed gyms, like it's not super common, but it's super common in daily life. But in mixed gyms, not really actually.
In the US, there's not that many. I feel like now you're starting to see a shift of more women that cover. But I would say, because I'm in Texas. It's a very welcoming gym, though. It's not. I think it's just an internal feeling that I feel like an outsider. But people are actually very welcoming of me and very open to speaking to me. They're not scared to or anything. But it's different in the West, I would say. Not as common.
So do tell us about your brand and when did you create that at what point in your fitness journey did you decide to create it?
So I created my fitness app, which was Lift with Leana at the time. It was just about fitness because I was very fitness focused. I didn't really care too much about my mental health at the time. Obviously fitness was still helping my mental health, but it was just focused on fitness. And that was in 2022, I believe. I wanted to be able to give women and men my training programs and to be able to help them with their fitness journey in a more structured way, not just them following Instagram workouts. And so that has helped many people see results in their life. And then I switched over once I made the shift, getting closer to my faith, because I started implementing more habits like prayer, reading, journaling. And I knew that you need to do much more than just fitness to take care of yourself overall. And so I've turned that into now Uplift You, which is an empowerment platform for women and men to just overall better themselves in every single way.
Interesting. I want to ask now, since you were talking about mental health and how important it is and its relation to fitness, but we live in a digital world, and in this digital world, of course, you open Instagram and you see those amazing bodies. Now we are aware that those are not fully real, or like they have like those like videos like, oh yeah, come what I eat in a day. It's like, come on, like we know that you don't eat that much like in a day, You know what I mean? Like, there's no way, there's no possible way that your life is that perfect or your life is that structured to that extent. You know what I mean? Where like, oh, you sleep at this time, you work out every day with this at this time, and that's your workout routine, and you eat that much, and you don't even slack off or have any chocolate or some fat food, and you post a body and they have like amazing bodies, like. And of course, we start comparing ourselves to them, which kind of like gives us more like a lot of like
insecurities
and anxieties of like, oh my God, I want to go to the gym and I want to do that, and it's kind of like can really be like heavy on our mental health, and as well can affect our fitness journey. So how can we avoid that? Because there's no way that's real.
Yeah. I mean, there's some that can be real, right? But you also have to remember that social media is a highlight reel of someone's life. They're not going to show you the hard periods and the hard moments. I think following who you follow and what content you consume is so important for your mind and your mental sanity. Making sure that you are consuming people, creators that are telling you about the hard periods of their lives, or, you know, sometimes I do give into things whenever I'm craving sweets, if I'm sticking to a healthy diet, for example, but also setting that boundary with social media by not over-consuming content, because those 30 minutes that you spend watching someone else is 30 minutes that you could have invested into yourself. And that's probably the most thing that has helped me, is really setting those boundaries, who I'm following, muting accounts if you don't want to unfollow them, and understanding that all of our journeys are different. And like you said, maybe they aren't living that life, but it's social media. It's going to be showing only the highlights of their life.
So true. I'm in some very shady Facebook groups. I had to just delete them recently because I was like, I'm getting way too much insecurity from this. We're going to play a game to debunk some fitness myths. But before we get there, you're in town for a very special reason. We love Dubai Active because it promotes health and fitness journeys, and we love that you're here. But can you give us an insight as to what you're going to be doing, which days you'll be there, and what can people expect if they attend?
Yeah. First off, I'm just so excited to go to Dubai Active and to be here, because my first ever time doing it, I was actually literally speaking to my management before they had reached out, and I was like, I want to do Dubai Active so
Amazing.
bad. But I am going to be doing a HIIT workout. It's going to be super fun but intense. And I'm also going to be doing a Q&A. And yeah, I'm just excited to see the space. And I know it's, how many people exactly are going to be there? It's like thousands. But yeah, the workout is going to be very intense. So make sure you guys check it out, because Dubai Active is going to be amazing.
Have you planned the workout? What level are we talking here?
Okay, it's going to be medium intensity.
Okay.
Obviously, everyone can go at their own pace, but yeah, it will be a good workout. I will make sure that everyone feels comfortable.
Love that. It's such an amazing weekend, so it's super exciting that you're here for the first time. The vibes are so electric. It's because it's all people getting together with just one goal, which is healthy mind, healthy physique. But to get there, we also have some fitness myths that we would like you to debunk. Things that pop up online. They could be internet trends, things we're not sure of, or things that we're like, maybe I should try this. Let's get Leana's thoughts.
Okay.
So if it's good, you tell us it's good. If it's not good.
Okay.
Well, my first question, because I try 10,000 steps a day. Does walking actually make a difference?
Oh gosh, this is going to be very, oh god. I would say it does.
Okay.
In terms of getting in movement and your mental health, and yes, walking does help, but if you want to, it really depends on your goals. You're not going to get the perfect physique by walking.
Okay.
That's going to come with more weight training, Pilates, more intense workouts. But walking will help, yes, get movement, lose some pounds, but it's not going to do as much as doing the harder, intense workouts. So I'm not going to debunk it, but I'm going to say that if you want those extreme results, then you do have to put in the intense sessions as well.
I get you. She's a borderline nay, but yeah, fair enough. I hear what you're saying. We get you.
Love that.
Interesting one. Raw eggs for a healthy diet.
Oh my goodness, this is... Okay, I'm going to debunk it. I don't know about raw. I think raw eggs might be a UAE thing or like is that? Or no, I don't see it in the US. I guess the high cholesterol is super, it depends, right? If people have high cholesterol, then it's not a healthy diet. But if you have lower cholesterol, then maybe it is a healthy diet. I think I'm debunking it because I just don't. I could never eat raw eggs. I just couldn't do it.
Okay.
What about y'all?
No, someone, one of our colleagues' dad said he was in the Navy and they had to drink like 3 raw eggs for breakfast, and then his wife started doing it, and I was like, oh, I'm healthy, but we're not raw egg cod liver oil healthy.
Level. Yeah, not to that level. No, I love eggs, but not raw eggs. No.
Yeah, not raw eggs.
Not at all.
But I love eggs.
Poached and avo. Is there anything finer in life?
Well, spot reduction.
Yeah, no. You can't spot reduction. Yeah, fat is everywhere in your body, and you have to be in a calorie deficit and doing a balance between cardio and weight training or workout classes, but spot reducing, it just doesn't work. And that leads to an unhealthy relationship with your body.
Okay.
Lifting weights, and this would be, is it a misconception or not? Lifting weights to make you bulky. So some women might fear that lifting weights is going to make me bulky.
No, it's not going to make you bulky.
Really?
No, if you go in there and you're doing, say for example, 3 reps, okay? 1, 2, 3, and it's super heavy weight. Yes, that might lead you to be more bulky, but if you're doing lower weight, high reps, you're incorporating some cardio and weight training, then it's not going to make you bulky. And if you're doing if you're trying to gain more weight and you're eating lots of food, then maybe if you're lifting it like super heavy, but doing lower weight, higher reps, it's not going to make you bulky.
Don't fear the weights, gals.
Don't.
Well, you know how like we hear this all over social media all the time, that if you have grapefruit or chili peppers or even apple cider vinegar, they can as well all help in like losing weight in targeted areas, or maybe losing weight in general.
I'm not going to debunk it because I'm not 100% sure on this, but I wouldn't say, I know apple cider vinegar helps with anti-inflammatory aspects, but I wouldn't say that it's going to help. I guess I'm debunking it because it's not going to help spot reduction.
Yeah.
It will help with some weight loss because fitness is 80% nutrition. So, you could lose weight by just your diet. But I wouldn't say chili peppers and apple cider vinegar is going to be the answer to all your problems, with the gym.
What a combo.
Yeah.
We've got time for 2 more. The carnivore diet, apparently it's trending at the moment on TikTok.
Yeah.
I actually did this. I don't think I do well with a lot of red meat. I don't want to debunk it because it works for some people. I follow some people that are like into carnivore diet, and I know it helps some because it like cleanses out your system, right, and helps you see what are different triggers in your body that like, I guess, foods. Like for example, I struggle with like acne and stuff, and it all comes from your diet. And when I did the carnivore diet, I was actually eating way too much dairy, so it kind of had a bad side effect on my skin. But I think carnivore diet is not very sustainable because a lot of people will end up eating more fruits for carbs. But yeah, I don't think it's a sustainable diet, but it works for some people.
Well, this one is my favorite. Sensing your tummy throughout the day for abs.
Oh my God.
A workout.
Do I need to even speak on this one?
No? Yeah. Not working?
No, it's not. There's no...
Not even a bit?
Tensing your stomach for abs?
Yeah.
We did a whip around the office and someone was like, I think it works.
No, there's no way. Tensing your stomach for abs, no. I mean, abs are really going to come from your diet and also weight training, for sure. And Pilates.
Interesting debugs there. Leana, Deeb, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And best of luck at Dubai Active this weekend.
Thank you.
Guys, that brings us to the end of the show today. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
And we're back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.